Hey, hello everybody. This is Grandpa Rich in the Philippines, and I just feel like chatting, telling a little bit about what's going on in my life. And I've been here 2.5 years now. My anniversary, my marriage anniversary is next month. That's unless she divorces me, which I don't know. She might. She might. Yeah. She told me if I don't behave, I'm sleeping on the couch, but I don't have a couch. So that won't work. Anyway, I'm enjoying my time here in the Philippines. I don't think I'd go back to America because, for one thing, the first thing is it's very expensive. And at my age, there really isn't much to do back there. I've already seen the whole United States for years and years. I traveled the whole country as a trucker. And Canada, all over Canada too. And some of Mexico. So I don't really need to do anything anymore. I'm retired here. I just need to kind of enjoy my family. And I hope she doesn't feed me too much because I don't want to get fat. But with this COVID, it's pretty bad because you really can't even go out to the mall or anything. Because over 60 years old, I'm really not allowed to go anywhere. So it's like being in prison. And my wife is my warden. So, anyway, I have a nice family here, and I've never had a family before. I never had children in the U.S. I had a nice home that I had built and sold it to Ken here. I've met a lot of nice people here, though. There's an old saying, I never met a Filipino yet that I haven't liked. I like all the Filipinos here. Great people. And my wife's got a good heart. We're the type that we like to help people. We did a lot. The volcano exploded last year. We did a lot for that. My wife made meals, and we rented a jeepney. We distributed all the meals, plus bottled water and bread rolls. So we did a lot. We went to these sites where they had evacuated to. I couldn't tell you right now where they are, but they were all over this Batangas area. So it looks like that's happening again. We don't know how bad the volcano is going to get, but we're not in a position to help anybody like we were. But it's still, I mean, we still do what we can for our neighbors and whatever. You know, it's a lot for me to come here without a family and then get involved with my woman, which we met online January 2017. And it had taken me 2 years to sell my home. I lived up in snow country in America. And so when the house finally sold, I was able to come here. I've been here 2.5 years now. And so having 2 daughters and a son-in-law and a baby, and I might as well say I have 3 daughters because one of the girls has a best friend. She's been with us now for, well, all this time. They lived together anyway before I got here, so probably they've been all living together for like 5 years. But now we all live together in one house. And we do okay. I don't need to work anymore. And I don't even know if I'll drive anymore. I mean, I still have my license, and I have a motorcycle license I've had for 50 years. But I might drive a trike or something, but no discipline out here on the roads in the Philippines, so it's totally different for me. I mean, of course, I've seen all types of driving because I lived I was a professional trucker. And I've seen all kind of stuff on the road, but it's very different. USA is very different than here. Here there's like no rules, basically. It's a free-for-all. So that's very dangerous. That's why they say like 1,000 motorcyclists a year die here, every year. So I don't want to be one of those. I just, hopefully, we'll have our own home next year, hopefully. I'm not sure, because we have to find the right piece of land and the correct people, to help build it and all that. I did build my own in America, but it was different there because, you go to local sawmill where they make the logs and they cut up the logs and make lumber, and it was totally different, very, very inexpensive that way. Although everything else is not cheap, plumbing and all that. I did everything though, plumbing, electrical. The only thing I had help with was the metal roof. But the way I built the house is so strong, the snow country, it'll be there for 100 years, I'm sure. Even the siding, I didn't use nails on the siding, it's 1-inch thick siding, spruce. Softwood, but it's actually the hardest softwood spruce. I used screws, so the house was all well built, and I would be my own contractor right here if we do build a house. I know what I want, and I know what would be best for the family. I don't expect to be around only a few more years if I'm lucky, and I wanted to at least get that done for my family before I pass away, because I do have one grandson now. He's 9 months old. So the oldest daughter's married. The other two are like best buds. They're 24 years old, and they're not planning on going anywhere. They really want a house also. So we all want a house. So that would be our main goal next year for 2022. I thought about buying a van and all of that stuff and getting a motorcycle, but you know what, here, there's transportation everywhere, and transportation is very inexpensive, so I really don't need anything. I can't see, and if we want to go on a trip somewhere, the beach or something, we just rent a van with a driver. My wife enjoys cooking. She's a very good cook.
Speak louder, because
So we don't have any problems with our food. I'm kind of getting used to the Filipino food now. I'm used to American food, of course. Nice to cook off myself and do my own shopping. I lived alone, so I could do what I wanted to and have what I wanted to have. But here it's different. I have to basically eat what they eat, and American food's very expensive here. So, but I don't mind that. I like chicken adobo, and I don't mind rice. And eggs, of course, scrambled eggs. But I like them with peppers and onions and garlic and stuff like that. But I'm not a drinker or a smoker. My one weakness is Hershey's dark chocolate. And I'm a milk drinker. I've been a milk drinker since I was a little boy. I worked on farms as a kid, and where I lived there was all kind of farms up there, so milk was readily available. So I never really got into anything else. My beverage of choice, other than spring water, is Pepsi, which I try not to drink too much of it, but it's different, when you're sitting watching a movie or something, you grab a Pepsi. But I'm drinking spring water right now, and I enjoy spring water. But where I lived, I had my own spring, my own well, so I had wonderful, fresh spring water. So, the only problem with living where I lived was it's cold 6 months of the year. A lot of snow, temperatures like 25, 35 below zero. Super cold, bitter cold. You can't really go out in that weather. And my property was on the main road, so of course when the snow plows came by, they would bury me if I shoveled out my vehicle. I did have a snow plow for a while, but I didn't really use it much, only for my yard, and I decided, well, if I leave my vehicle up near, closer to the road, I really didn't need the plow truck. Just another expense. So, not like I had a son or somebody else to help me with it. So, anyway, it worked out okay. That was my exercise. I would go and shovel the car out. And of course, when you shovel it out too early, snowplows come by on the state road and they bury your car again. So, it's a win-lose situation. So, I had not many friends actually. Girlfriends, of course. But only a few good friends, and of course, I was older than most of them. And up where I lived, there were a lot of retired people. And there was probably like 6 people from my area that came here and married Filipino women. I haven't heard from them since. That was like 3 or 4 years ago. And I'm not really in touch with anybody back there now. I came from a big family, 17 siblings, 13 boys and 4 girls, and they're all in heaven except for one brother in Florida, and he's 3 years older than I am. So we were all into racing automobiles as youngsters in our 20s. My oldest brother, George, is in the New England Stock Car Racers Hall of Fame, and my brother Bob is a hell of a racer too, and myself. So we all built our own cars, and I had motorcycle franchise business, and I rode motorcycles for 50 years. So I don't know if I'm going to do that again, because the family here all in their 20s. So if I want to go anywhere, they'll do it. So I've had a varied life, did a lot, been incorporated a couple times, had my own Mack truck, big tractor trailer, 18-wheeler, and motorcycle franchises. I had BMW, MV Agusta, and Benelli back in the day, and I did a lot of repairs on all kind of motorcycles. I had like 150 motorcycles in a big barn I had. But, I get rid of all of that stuff. So when I moved up to build my house in 2001, I didn't want anything like that. I still bought and sold automobiles and trucks and motorcycles. The last year, I think it was 2017, I sold 15 motorcycles and like 4 cars. I had a bunch of vans and pickup trucks. And I just decided that I didn't want to do anything anymore. I was already old enough. I'm going to be 83 in my next birthday, so I guess I really don't need to do anything. If anything kills me here, it'll probably be my wife cooking. Now, she's a great cook. She's a good woman. And I have a new daughter. Her name is Di. So yeah, my daughter Charles, her best friend is Di. Anyway, they've been friends since high school. So they're all graduated from college, by the way. They all have degrees and bachelor's degrees in computer science. So they're all good people. We don't have any problems with them. And they stay home, take care of business. They all enjoy their lives. And I don't see me doing anything different. It was a big decision for me, of course, to leave the U.S. and come here. But I had to make sure that I had the right person coming here, because I didn't want to just come here and live in a room and house and chase down the women, see what I could find a woman. Because mostly the women that date me at my age, they're just interested in my paycheck. They don't really want you for anything else. They say, I love you long time. Yeah, you're full of crap. My wife will take care of me, though. Anything I require from my wife, don't steal my chocolate. That's all I require. She's good. She takes care of everything here, runs the house, does a good job with everything. I don't need to worry about anything. And I'm not a big spender. I don't go out and buy a lot of clothing or anything. A guy my age, I mean, I've owned 6 properties in the USA through the years, and had some good relationships and some bad relationships. But I would say that if anybody is out there, Neverland, thinking about making a move, I would say the Philippines, because cost of living is pretty low here, and you can build a house really very cheap, and you won't have any trouble if you mind your own business. That's the basic idea. I think I got lucky though, because I met my woman online, and we chatted for like 2 years before I was able to get here. I would have came here earlier, except where my property wasn't really selling fast, you know. Of course, USA went through hard times. They had a big recession, 2008, 2010, whatever. But I'm lucky that I did get out of there, because being out of there for a year or so, and then the pandemic hit, so that would have put the kibosh on everything. And my property would probably still be there. And it was getting to be where, at my age, hard to take care of, you know. You gotta maintain the property all by yourself and take care of myself. So I did have a heart attack in July 2017. So I came through that okay. I have stents, of course. And it wasn't from any stress or anything like that. It was from my high cholesterol. I think too many Burger Kings or something. I knew better, but I just didn't care. So now, and I planted 250 plants around the house. Flowers, tiger lilies, I had yellow lilies, I had roses, I had everything around my property. And I had a nice little pond there, and had wild geese come in, ducks. And there were fox, and there were bear, and moose, and deer, everything there where I lived. So I kind of missed that. And I miss the cool days, you know, but I don't miss the cold. Mostly, I mean, it was snowstorm, you get 2 feet of snow, no problem. And then once you get snow, once it comes to, say, Halloween, you would have snow till April. So, not good for driving, you know. Then you gotta buy a whole set of snow tires for your car, winterize it. Then you change in April, put the summer tires on. So there's a lot to taking care of everything there. It's okay when you're like 30, 40, 50 years old, not bad. But when you get up to be 80 years old, nah, not working anymore. So I'm very happy to be here in the Philippines. I love the people here. They're all great people. I haven't had any trouble at all, because I'm an easygoing guy anyway. And I'll help whoever I can help. Of course, family comes first. So I like to just get on and chat like this. I have vlogs. It's called E. Rich Green, or Papa Richie. Grandpa Richie, sorry. But I've done a lot, and I'm a writer of free verse. I've done a lot of writing, probably 150 verse or something like that. And I used to sing all the time. I used to go out on Friday nights and sing with a country band. And I've written a couple of short stories, but for some reason I don't feel like doing that stuff anymore. I guess because I've done it all already. How much more can I do? It'd be different if I had my property and my family right there. Then you work around the garden, and you fix this and fix that, and do this and do that. If I had a son, you know, you work on the cars together and whatever. And my brother Bob was like 1,500 miles away from me. And even though we still like the antique race cars and stuff, he has to do it alone, because I'm not there. I certainly couldn't drive all the way down there to help. So I got a lot of people into motorcycle, and when I had my own trucking business, I helped a lot of friends get their CDL license. And all my nephews now, they all have Harley Davidsons. And the last big bike I had in 2017 was my own was a 1100cc Yamaha Maxim. And it got to be pretty heavy because I have a metal hip and a dislocated knee. So I said, well, I guess I'll have to get rid of that bike. And I had two Honda Rebel 250s, and I've had quite a few Yamaha 650s, which I liked. And back a few years back when I had my motorcycle business, I had my Benelli franchise, and MV Agusta, and BMW. So I had a lot of fun with that. I had snow machines, and heavy wet snow machines. So that's all in the past. I had a kennel supply business. I used to raise and show Siberian Huskies. I had 14 of them. And I had my own Mack truck, tractor trailer. So I've done all those things that any man could want to do. So this is like a perfect place for me to retire. So I'll leave you with that, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. And I hope that God blesses everybody. And I'll be in my office. God bless.
Bye.
Bye.